Yeah, I think just being able, like, I've been really blessed to work with some really inspirational women, and I think the kind of more exposure you have to that the more it kind of rubs off on you. I'd definitely say there's things like Women in Tech, for example. There's loads of organisations out there that you can get involved in. Can I be cheesy and say the future is female? Yep, that's.
I think it's probably the same. It's like supporting other women is kind of being that voice. So if you are in meetings and there are other women in the meetings who maybe aren't as vocal or feel a bit more uncomfortable being vocal, be that voice and kind of lead by example. So if you feel like you want to hear more female voices in conferences and calls, put yourself in those positions and try and inspire other people to do the same, and then more and more of us will get involved. Like you said, I've been inspired by other women, by their examples and how they lead and how they speak their mind, and they don't kind of hold back on what they're thinking or how they feel because they feel intimidated, and that's really helped me gain confidence. So I think just being that voice for other people and leading by example of how you would like to see women in the industry.
So I've been in the tech industry for about 7 years, and I've been in the automotive about less than a year. I started off doing my computer science degree, and then from there moved into a technical role. I realised over time that I found value with interacting with clients, so I then transitioned to a more customer facing role, so account management, and from there moved to Code Weavers.
I probably had kind of the opposite thing. So I started my career out in sales in a technical software as a service company, and I decided I want to become a bit more technical. So I wanted to move into like a support or an advisory role where I still had that kind of customer facing aspect of it, but could be a bit more technical. So I moved into a support role at Code Weavers, which then led me into an onboarding role, and also now into my integrations role, where I've got that really good mix of technical work that I can do, but also working closely with a customer as well.
I think there's definitely been kind of a theme across us answering the questions. It's just that there is challenges. I have experienced quite a lot of challenges, but I don't necessarily see them as challenges anymore. I see it more as kind of a development piece, like I've grown from it. I've had that experience, as you said. I think, there has been multiple times when I am the only woman on the team or in the room, and it's just kind of learning, and it's not just us as well. I think there needs to be continuous work on kind of stereotypes and misconceptions, just to know that we deserve to be there just as much. We've been employed to do the role because they believe that we can do it, and we know we can do it as well. So yeah, I think just the more we all kind of push ourselves out there in those comfortable positions, we'll then know that it is okay, and it just breaks down barriers, doesn't it? I think definitely. And then it's good because it just kind of provides an extra level of kind of a different perspective, doesn't it, from just kind of a kind of one point of view. Yeah, I think back to the other question as well, like if you are in those uncomfortable situations, or you see someone else in those uncomfortable situations, or you're one of the only women in the team or in the meeting, you can then put yourself forward to kind of say, oh, I think Jess actually had a really good point there, and kind of build up someone else's confidence by also putting yourself in those uncomfortable situations, and kind of bounce off each other as well. Definitely. But I do think that if you do generally feel uncomfortable, then you should tell someone and solve it. But yeah, I think I've kind of never got to that point. I think you're the same as well, haven't you? I think it's just more that you feel like you haven't got the confidence. And at times I've thought, do I deserve to be there? But over time I've realised, like you said, that I was having the same points that other people were saying, they were just as valid. It's just making sure that you're not talked over or things like that. I think the more visibility to
women actually working in these roles. It's just going to encourage other women, especially younger generations, just to say that you can do it and the stereotypes aren't there at all, or as much anyway. Yeah, just making sure that we think we've got the ability, we can do it.